Students, today we are discussing two theorems. First one is the Thevenin theorem and second one is the Norton theorem. Both theorems basically relate with one another. That's why we will discuss these two theorems today. So first of all, we will see that what is the Thevenin theorem. So the statement of Thevenin theorem is this, that a linear two-terminal circuit, it can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source V Thevenin in series with a resistor R Thevenin, where V Thevenin is the open circuit voltage at the terminals and the R Thevenin is the input or the equivalent resistance at the terminals when the independent sources are turned off. According to this theorem, the linear circuit in this figure, you may see this, here we are having a two-terminal linear circuit and those two terminals are A and B, and here a load is connected at the terminals A and B. We can replace this circuit by this. How? That here the whole circuit, there is a whole circuit. This circuit can be replaced by this. One thing is the V Thevenin, that is the open circuit voltage at these terminals AB, and one resistor, that is the R Thevenin, and this resistor is in series with this VTH with this V Thevenin, and the load is connected at the terminals A and B. So here it's mentioned that it is represented in those figure where we have seen that there is a single resistor and only one voltage source, that is the V Thevenin. One major concern that is about this is how we will find the Thevenin equivalent voltage and the Thevenin equivalent resistance. So we must know about this, how we can find it. So for this we will consider the next figure here. In this figure, we are having V Thevenin is equal to V open circuit. It means that first of all, we will remove the load from the terminal A and B, as we have in the previous slide. Here you see this, here is the linear two-terminal circuit and here is the load, and in this figure you see this, the linear two-terminal circuit is here but the load is not here. Second thing, by doing this we will find the voltage V Thevenin, and that is the voltage at these open terminals. At these AB terminals we have the voltage, that is the open circuit voltage, and that open circuit voltage is equal to the Thevenin voltage. In order to find out the R Thevenin, we say this R Thevenin is basically the input resistance seen from the terminals AB while the load is removed from here. No load is here. And second thing is this, here is the linear circuit, the two-terminal linear circuit, but without independent sources. That we have to set all the independent sources equal to 0. And you have seen in the superposition theorem, when we have to put the independent source equal to 0, in order to do this, the voltage source is short circuited and the current source is open circuited. By doing this, we will make the independent sources equal to 0. So we will find out the R in, means this, that we will see the R equivalent or the total resistance from these terminals, from these two terminals A and B, having no source, no independent source in the circuit, and then we say that R Thevenin is equal to the R in, the input resistance here. So that's how we will find the V Thevenin and R Thevenin. Here we are mentioning the theory about the figures that just I have explained it, that with the load disconnected and the terminals AB open circuited, we turn off all the independent sources the input resistance or the equivalent resistance of the dead circuit. Why we are saying it? That because there is no source, no independent source is here, that's why the circuit is the dead circuit. So the input resistance of the dead circuit at the terminals AB, that's in the previous figure, that must be equal to the R Thevenin, or you may say that is the R in resistance, because the two circuits are equivalent. Thus R Thevenin is the input resistance at the terminals when the independent sources are turned off, that is R Thevenin is equal to R in. And here we are mentioning about these figures, that this can be replaced by this. And how we will do this? We will do this by first of all removing the load from the terminals AB, making it open, and the other circuit is as it is, and from here we will find out the open circuit voltage, that will be the V Thevenin. And when we have to find out the R Thevenin, then all the independent sources will be set equal to 0, and we will see the resistance from these open terminals, and that resistance will be the R Thevenin resistance. So in order to find out the Thevenin resistance, we have to consider the two cases, and first one case is this: if the network has no dependent source, that we are having only independent sources, there is no presence of dependent source, then we will turn off all the independent sources, and the R Thevenin is the input resistance of the network looking between the terminals A and B. It is the same point that we have discussed in the previous slide. But now we will see the case 2, in which if we are having the dependent sources, then what we will have to do. So if the network has the dependent sources, we turn off all the independent sources. As with the superposition, dependent sources are not to be turned off because they are controlled by the circuit variables. We apply a voltage source V0 at the terminals A and B and determine the resulting current I0. Then R Thevenin is equal to V0 over I0. And this is shown in this figure here, that at terminals AB we apply a voltage, that is the V0, and here is the circuit. There we have put all the independent sources equal to 0. Here these AB terminals are not open. We have a voltage here, that is the V0, and here R Thevenin is equal to V0 over I0. And if we have the, so R Thevenin is equal to V0 over I0, and alternatively we may insert a current source I0 at the terminals AB as showing in the figure, and find the terminal voltage V0, and again R Thevenin is equal to V0 over I0. So either of these two approaches, you may use any one of them, but we will get the same result by doing any one of it. So for example, if we may use 1 volt, or we may use 1 ampere, or even use unspecific value of V0 or I0, it's up to you that what kind of value you want to use. So if we will put a current source here, then here is the current source, and you may see this, check the polarity, upper terminal is positive, lower terminal is negative. That's why the current source at the upper side it's the head, and at the lower side it's the tail. And again here is the circuit that is having the independent sources equal to 0. That's how we will find the R Thevenin with the circuit that is having the dependent sources. Now at the end we will consider the linear circuit. You see this, that we have find out the V Thevenin as well as we have find out the R Thevenin, and the circuit we will get as it is. There is the linear circuit, in which at this linear circuit we are having the V Thevenin and we are having the R Thevenin. When we get the values of V Thevenin and R Thevenin, then we will place the load resistor once again here. Now the load resistor is here. You see this, there is a series circuit. So if we have to find out the value, let's suppose we have to find out the current IL, that is the current flowing through the load resistor, then what we have to use, what we have to do, Simply we have to do is that all values are known to us. We will simply find out the current of this circuit. As in the series circuit, current remains same. So by doing this, we can get the value of IL. There may be a question that we have to find out the value of VL, that we have to find out the value of load resistor. So in order to find out the value of load resistor, we will simply apply the voltage divider rule here. So that has been discussed here, that if we have to find out the load current, then that is equal to V Thevenin divided by R Thevenin plus RL, and if we have to find out the value of VL, that is equal to RL IL, and there is the value of IL, or you may say that this is also the current divider rule. So that's how we can find out the value of IL and VL. So let's see an example of this. So in this example, we have to find out the Thevenin equivalent circuit, and after that find the current through the load resistor RL having the value of 6 ohm, 16 ohm and 36 ohm. So first of all, we will have to find out the Thevenin equivalent circuit. In order to find out the Thevenin equivalent circuit, first of all we have to find out the R Thevenin. So firstly we will remove this load resistor from here. After that we will put the value of these independent sources equal to 0. How? By shorting this circuit and by opening this circuit, because this is the current source and this is the voltage source here. When we do this, then the resultant circuit will be this. This has been short circuited, here is the short circuit, and it has been open circuited, so no branch of this is here. So at the end we are having 1 ohm, 4 ohm and 12 ohm resistor here. So when we see from this side, then this 4 ohm and 12 ohm both are parallel with each other. So we will solve for this, and the resultant will be in series with this 1 ohm. That's why solving for this, R Thevenin is equal to 4 ohm parallel with 12 ohm plus 1, and we will get the value of 4 ohm here. So one thing we have obtained by simplifying the circuit, that is the R Thevenin, and that is equal to the 4 ohm. Now we have to find out the value of V Thevenin, and in this scenario again the load has been removed from here, and at these terminal we have to find out the value of V Thevenin. So from this, how we can get the value of V Thevenin? Here you may use different techniques that you have studied in the chapter number 2, chapter number 3. You will have to see what kind of technique you have to apply here. That may be the KVL, maybe the KCL, maybe the current divider rule, it may be the voltage divider rule, or the mesh or the nodal. It's up to you what kind of technique that you are using. So here we are applying the mesh analysis. So first of all, when we apply the mesh analysis in loop 1 where the current I1 is flowing, then we will get the value of I2, and that is we will get the equation this, that is minus 32 plus 4I1 plus 12 into, here you see this, the both currents are flowing in the opposite direction, that's why 12 into I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Now you see in the loop 2, here I2 is equal to minus 2 ampere. Why this is equal to minus 2 ampere? Because I2 is having the direction in downward, while this current is having the direction upward. That's why I2 is equal to minus 2 ampere. By putting the value of I2 in this equation, we will get the value of I1. So solving for I1, we will get the value I1 is equal to 0.5 ampere. Now what will be the value of V Thevenin? So here you see this, what is V Thevenin? Basically V Thevenin is the voltage, that is the voltage of this resistor, because this 12 ohm resistor is in parallel with this V Thevenin. So what current is flowing in this 12 ohm resistor? The current I1 minus I2, or you may say this I2 minus I1. So VThevenin is equal to 12 into I1 minus I2. That's why we have VThevenin is equal to 12 into I1 minus I2. By putting the value of this, we will get the value of 30 volt. The another method has been used here, and that is the nodal analysis. You may use the nodal analysis. So the nodal analysis, you will simply see how many nodes are here and how you can find the value of VThevenin. So in order to write the equation for the nodal analysis, simply we have VThevenin minus 32 divided by 4 plus VThevenin divided by 12 ohm, and as the current source is here, and that is equal to 2 ampere here. So by solving it, you will get the value of VThevenin, and VThevenin is equal to 30 volt. Now we have to find out also the current, but before this, you see here, yeah, the VThevenin is the 30 volt, and here is the RThevenin, that is the 4 ohm, and the terminals AB, we put the load resistor here. So first of all, we have to calculate the current IL, and IL is equal to simply applying the Ohm's law here, we get the equation this. When the RL is equal to 6 ohm, then IL is equal to 3 ampere. RL is equal to 16, then IL is equal to 1.5, and when RL is equal to 36, then IL is equal to 0.75 ampere. So that's how we can get the different values having different resistors and the different values of IL here. So here you say this, there is a complex circuit, and we have first of all simplified it, and after that we get the required values. You also check one thing, as the value of load resistor is increasing, the value of load current is decreasing, as both are having the inverse relationship. That's why when the resistance is high, then the current will be low, and if the resistance is low, then the current will be high. Now this is the question from your exercise. Then in this question you have to find out the RThevenin and VThevenin at the terminals 1 and 2. So first of all, we will have to find out the RThevenin voltage by simply shorting this circuit. Then the RThevenin is equal to 10 ohm, that is parallel with this 40 ohm, that we will see from here, from this open circuit. So we will get the value of RThevenin, that is equal to 8 ohm. Now we have to find out the value of VThevenin. So the value of VThevenin, to have it is very easy to find out it, because there is the open terminal voltage, that is the open circuit voltage VThevenin here, and that is equal to the, simply we will apply the voltage divider rule here. We have to find out the value of this resistor's voltage, the voltage of this resistor. So 20 multiplied by 40 divided by 10 plus 40. Here you see this, VThevenin is equal to 40 multiplied by 20 divided by 40 plus 10, that is equal to 16 volt. So we get the values of RThevenin and VThevenin here. Now there is another question, and in which we have to find out the Thevenin equivalent circuit at the terminals AB, and this question you will solve it by yourself, and if you have any problem regarding this, then you may discuss it in the question answer session. So next, the topic that we have to discuss is the Norton theorem. So basically Norton theorem, it states that a linear two-terminal circuit, it can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a current source IN in parallel with a resistor RN, where IN is the short circuit current through the terminals and RN is the input or equivalent resistance at the terminals when the independent sources are turned off. If you see this, then there we are talking about the current at the short circuited terminals. In Thevenin theorem, we have to find out the voltage at the open terminals, and here we have to find out the current at short circuit, and that is the IN, and a resistor, that is the RN, and that is parallel with the current source, that IN. So you may see this, there is basically the source transformation. It is just like that of the Thevenin theorem, but the only difference is this, that this is the source transformation. In Thevenin theorem we have the VThevenin, and here we are having the IN. In Thevenin theorem we have the RThevenin, that is in series with the voltage source, with the VThevenin, and here we have the equivalent resistance or the input resistance RN, that is connected in parallel with the IN with that current source. And remember this, that the RN is equal to the RThevenin. You can understand it by this, that linear terminal circuit is here, and here is the open terminal AB. So we can transform it in this form, where we are having the IN, that is the Norton current, and a resistor that is parallel to this IN, that is the Norton resistance, or you may say that is the input resistance of the circuit. So basically this is the, we have to find out the value of IN, that is the Norton current, that here linear two terminal circuits are here, and here we are having a current, that is the I short circuit, and that is equal to IN. Here IN is equal to I short circuit, RN is equal to RThevenin. The Thevenin and the Norton equivalent circuit are related by our source transformation, and IN is equal to basically VThevenin over RThevenin. So here is basically the source transformation here. Since VThevenin, IN and RThevenin are related, so we have to find out these things. The open circuit voltage VOC across terminal AB, that is the Thevenin voltage. The short circuit current ISC at terminals AB, that is the Norton current IN. The equivalent or input resistance RIN at the terminals A and B when all independent sources are turned off. So we can calculate any two of these by using different methods that takes the least effort, and use them to get the third using the Ohm's law. That is, here first one point, VThevenin is equal to V open circuit, IN is equal to I short circuit current, and RThevenin is equal to VOC over ISC, that is equal to RN. So this was all about the Norton theorem. You will do the questions relating the Norton theorem, that's by yourself. Discuss it with me. And the questions of Thevenin theorem, if you do the questions of Thevenin theorem, then it is understood that you can easily do the questions of Norton theorem, because you have to only transform the source in this case. So if you have any query relating this, then you may discuss it with me during the question answer session. Thank you.